Welcome to another podcast by Denise, your host of Denise's Dialogue. Any questions or comments about today's podcast, please email her at denisesdialogue@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Denise's Dialogue. My name is Denise. I am here with Morpheus Black.
Morpheus Black.
And we are here today. He's going to tell us some stories about cable.
No, I'm not.
No, he's going to tell us about the people that he ran into while dealing with cable.
Well, I always say, if you talk to 6 of the people I work with, let me see. Talk to 4 of the people I work with. Those are the only 4 I really trust to give you a story. I wouldn't.
That would be cool if they all just showed up.
I would break bread before them.
That would be. That'll probably take like hours just telling stories and stories. Because the people you run into are ridiculous.
Well, let's go with the my first. It's not really a story. It's something that was told to me. Okay. So, right now you can hear this little bit of music playing in the background. And you got to say we don't own the rights to this, but it's there. Let me lower it down a little more. It's getting copyright infringements.
Yes, no copy. Yeah, okay. We do not own the rights for it.
Okay, so
with a cable.
Yeah, no, that's horrible. That's. I have a problem. I always look up when I'm in places like that. That would bother me to see that cable like that right there.
That's a mess.
Yeah. Anyway, so the first story, I'm gonna call him Mikey. Right?
Okay.
So Mikey calls me up and says, "Hey, I had this house where it was a senior citizen living complex."
Okay.
Right, and he goes in. The complaint the guy's saying is there's something wrong with the sound. It's muffled. See, he says when I sit in the chair, it's always muffled. So Mikey sits in the chair, plays it. It's fine. The guy says, no, something's wrong with the box. Something's wrong with the cable. Something's wrong with it. Now, Mikey says, no, sir, it's fine. Right? The guy is adamant about something's wrong with the cable. So now, you want to hear how Mike was talking to this dude?
Wow.
He was like this. No, sir, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the cable. And he's telling me now. He says the TV was set to 100. It was fucking blasting. Sir, I'm literally yelling to you, letting you know it's fine. No, there's nothing wrong with my hearing. Sir, there's nothing wrong with the cable. Like I said, the TV's on 100, and this guy said, no, it's muffled. He's like, sir, I'm yelling to you while I'm talking to you. There's nothing wrong with the cable. It's muffled. You don't know what you're talking about. And I said, Mike, did you tell him that maybe he need to get his hearing checked?
Yes. He's probably haven't been for a checkup in a long time.
He was like, that's going to be a bad survey.
Wow.
So I'm like, you're talking to this dude, the fucking TV's up to 100 blasted. And he said it's muffled, and you yelled at him, and he didn't want to hear it. His thing was...
And he just sitting there, can't hear nothing.
Nothing. It's muffled. TV's at 100. Mikey's yelling at him.
Could you imagine? Oh my God. Yeah, he definitely need to go get a checkup.
Yeah, big time.
Get a hearing aid or something.
But, he's telling him, sir, the guy didn't want to hear it.
He didn't want to hear nothing.
Not at all.
Well, he couldn't hear nothing.
So anyway, the next one. Get to a house. And, then the guy was there. I'm going to call him, let's see, what's a good name for him? What did I say I was going to call him?
J-Dog?
J-Dog. All right, so
okay.
I get this call this morning. And J-Dog says, yo, man, that's going to fail Mocha because the guy has a box in the garage. It's on a separate line. And I'm like, all right, now I already took offense at that because I'm like, because the way it's set up is it's going to fail. So then J-Dog says, the guy's pretty nice about everything. I told him that I helped him order a DVR. So I'm like, all right. So I get to this house. The guy comes outside as soon as I get there. He's pretty cool. So I'm going through stuff, and as I'm working it, I realized that he got one box in the garage. I thought the modem was in the garage too, but it wasn't. So I said, okay, he don't need this powered Mocha amp on the side of the house. So I said, I'm gonna take that out. So I remove it. He's standing outside with me the whole time while I'm taking it out, changing out the fittings and all that stuff. So he goes, the last guy who came here, he was an installer. Why did they send an installer when I needed a service tech?
Okay.
So now I'm sitting here like, no. I said, I could see the last who came here, and J-Dog's, he's not a service tech. He's not an installer. J-Dog's a head end tech. I said, J-Dog's no, he was a cocky dude with glasses, but he went on and on and on. I said, no, J-Dog's not like that. And I said, he's a head end tech. I said, he's responsible for all the channels you see on your TV. I said, what happened is, as a head end tech, we were swamped, and he was helping us out that day. Oh, he was? Okay. Now, this I could tell somebody just don't like you. The guy goes, well, see, and there's Tom a little bit. He can't even do that right.
So he's basically looking for any excuse.
Any excuse to complain. And when I spoke to J-Dog was like, yeah, he was pretty cool. He tried to tip me. I told him, don't tip me because I wait till the DVR comes and make sure it's working. So now I'm thinking like, this guy really has no reason to say about J-Dog what he said about J-Dog, right? So I'm sitting there like, I told J-Dog, I said, yeah, he'd be bad mouthing me till the next person comes to the house.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be bad mouthing me. I said, he bad mouth you, and you said he was acting like he was cool. I said, he's definitely going to be bad mouthing me. But that's like a little section that you go there because you got to go there, but you don't like going there.
Yeah.
And we had another one where you get to the house, and Mikey was there before me. And the guy's telling me, yeah, the last guy who was here told me he's going to go check down the street. He said everything's up there is bad, it's old, and it's loose. He's going to check it and fix it all. Now I'm sitting there looking like I know Mikey and tell this fucking dude this. Now this is the thing about it. So when I was there, I said, okay, the line coming through the house is bad, but he has a drop ceiling, so I cut out what I could and fix it. So now Mikey had it the other day. Apparently there was something going on out there, but he got it. He goes, yeah, the guy said that the guy wasn't home. His wife was there. His wife was like, she felt bad because my husband berated the last tech who was there. And Mikey's telling me this to him. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck, they're talking about, but you ain't going to berate me. Because one thing that professional not professional is you're not going to berate me because I'm a goddamn grown-ass man.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't going to happen. I don't give a fuck who you were. I don't care if you was the president of this company. That ain't going to happen. But yeah, she kept apologizing. Her husband berated the last tech who was there. And I said, and the thing is, she didn't realize that we all work together. We're on the same team. We all work together. But she was talking. Her husband berated the last tech. You know, you get the fuck out of here.
Her husband actually said that?
She said her husband berated the last tech who was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people think that they could talk to service workers any way they want.
No. He wasn't talking shit to me. So I don't know who was at the house, but it wasn't me. That ain't gonna happen. Because I'll get back in my truck and like, yo, fuck you. My cable works in a heartbeat.
Well, some people just have that weak look about them.
Well,
like you can pretty much get away with saying whatever you want.
Well, I don't know who she thought he was talking to, but it wasn't me at all. Now, the last call of the day, they get to this house, call the lady a pre-call. That's what they call. I'm coming. Yeah, okay. That was it. Get there. She goes from A to Z about what her problems are. Jimmy was here the other day, and it's not working again. Okay. Now, she said this fucking tech, Julio was there. Not Julio. What's his name? Jose. That she said. He said, this guy, his name was Jose, and I'm like, who the fuck is Jose, number one? It's like, Jose said he was tired. He wanted to go home. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck Jose is. Right? So I said, but I do know Jimmy. Well, I'm glad you do know Jimmy. Jimmy's a universal guy. You probably work for him.
Work for him?
Yeah, so now I'm looking like, okay. So right away, and she's going on and on about Jimmy. I'm like, this dude sold himself to her. Yeah. She's telling me, Jimmy showed me this, Jimmy showed me that. So I said, okay. So I'm working outside, told her I'm doing this. Well, you just like Jimmy. Jimmy said he did the same thing and blah, 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 blah. So now I'm at where the cable comes off the pole at, right? And I'm running the test to see it's all green here. I said, let's run this test here. It's called the outlet check. I said, see how it says that it's bad MER on 4 channels. And Jimmy didn't do that. What is MER? So I told her what MER was. So I said, well, since it's bad here, I got to go to the tap now up on the pole and check up there. That'll let me know where the line coming through the house is bad. Well, Jimmy didn't go up there. He said everything was fine here. I said, yeah, but Jimmy didn't run that test here. But no, Jimmy's a nice guy.
Wow. What did Jimmy do to her to make her praise him like that?
That's what my supervisor Barry said, that maybe Jimmy gave her the little Jimmy.
And that little Jimmy.
But she going on and on about Jimmy. So anyway, I go up the pole. Now, I don't have the errors up there, so I said, okay, this line is bad. So I proceed to replace the line coming from the pole to the house. So now this piece where it went across the roof, from the line rubbing the roof all this time, it was rubbed down to the center conductor. Cut it out, showed it to her. Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy right there. I told Jimmy he should check that because anytime the wind blows, that line used to go back and forth across the roof. I told Jimmy he should check that. And I'm like, Jimmy didn't go up the pole? Nah, because he said everything was fine right here. So I said, well, because I said Jimmy probably didn't run a test I ran that goes in a little more detail to tell you, how things are working, how things are not working. Nah, no disrespect, but Jimmy is great. Jimmy is great. Jose was great too, but he told me he was tired and wanted to go home. I was the last job of the day, so I can respect that. But Jimmy was great. And she was like, when I called in, I told him how good Jimmy was. And I'm sitting here like, if Jimmy is that fucking good, I wouldn't be here. I didn't say that. I didn't say that to her, of course, but I'm thinking that, right? So, hold on, my mouth is dry. So she kept going on and on how great Jimmy was. So now I run this new line to the house, right? I take it down. I put a gray box in the back of the house. I said, well, I got to put this here because I want to protect everything from rain, the elements, and moisture. I'm surprised Jimmy didn't put that up there. Is that something new? Now I'm looking like, what the fuck? I said, Jimmy done played a mind fuck on this lady. Either he gave her the little Jimmy, or he sold himself like in Key and Peele.
Something don't seem quite right about that whole situation.
But she was going on and on. So when I got done, got her everything working, went in the house, everything's working. So I says, ma'am, you might get a survey because the supervisor's like, you got to tell everybody about the survey. You got to tell my supervisor, Barry, you got to tell everybody about the survey. So I'm like the, what you call it, the lithium crystals. It's like, you got to tell everybody about the survey, right? Okay. So I'm telling her about the survey. I don't think she got a call with the survey when Jimmy was there. She's like, I can't wait till the survey come in because I'm going to let them know Jimmy was great. I'm like, if Jimmy was that fucking great, I wouldn't be here. Jimmy is great. Jimmy's universal. Jimmy is great. Like, this fucking lady is bug crazy, or Jimmy gave this lady the little Jimmy.
Yeah.
But she kept going on and on how Jimmy was great. Jimmy was great. Jimmy was great. I can't wait to tell him how great Jimmy was. I'm sitting there like, you know what? And
was she old?
No, she was like 50. So I called my soup Barry up, right? And I says, listen, I said, this job I got here, this is what I found here. I said, so if you get a survey about me, but the customer seeing how great Jimmy was, this lady's fucking crazy. Doesn't matter what I did, she just constantly talking how great Jimmy was.
Well, maybe Jimmy did do something other than what he's supposed to be doing.
I don't know, but this lady was determined that fucking Jimmy was great.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
That's
Jimmy was fucking great.
Jimmy was so great. Why would you be there?
Anyway,
yeah,
that's what I have for today with the stories from Mikey, the stories from J-Dog, and Jimmy, J-Dog, and Jimmy. Jimmy was great.
Oh my God. Jimmy was a bum.
Jimmy is a bum. But he was great. That's
according to her.
That's almost like like Stanley with the big baby.
Yeah.
But fucking Jimmy was great today. And I got tired of hearing it, but that's the only thing I could do is do what the fuck I do when I get to a customer's house and make them leave them happy. But
even if somebody else get the credit.
But Jimmy was great.
And she was only in her 50s, so she's still young enough to.
Actually told me she was 50 because she told me exactly her age was.
Why?
I have no idea. And we were discussing something about shit happening versus like no cap and all that shit she was talking about. But Jimmy was great. Always remember, Jimmy was great.
Jimmy was great.
Jimmy was great.
Right.
Anyway.
We're about to wrap this one up.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Denise's
And
Dialogue.
always remember,
Jimmy is great.
Jimmy was great.